In this advanced Microsoft Word tutorial, I'm going to show you some of the powerful and important formatting options in Microsoft Word. If you are a beginner to Microsoft Word, I created a beginner's guide to Microsoft Word. And so before watching this one, you have to watch that one so that you have understanding of the interface Microsoft Word. And if you have any questions or videos that you want to see about Microsoft Word specifically, leave the comments in the section telling me what videos I should create for you. Just like I said, this video is about the formatting options in Microsoft Word. This is the document we're going to use to talk about these advanced formatting options in Microsoft Word. This document is just a sample document that we want to format a little bit different using the advanced Microsoft Word formatting options. I think the first thing that you need to know about formatting documents in Microsoft Word is the importance of this little button here. It's the show or hide button. So here when you bring the mouse on top of it, it's going to tell you what that button does. It shows paragraph, it shows paragraph marks and other hidden formatting symbols. This is especially useful for advanced layout tasks, and that's the reason why we're creating this video. This is found on the Home tab. On this ribbon, we have the paragraph group. This is where you find it. So when you click on it, it's going to show you existing formats in your document. These are existing formats. When I click on it, again, it hides these existing formats. They're not visible on the final document. They're just the format. They're just showing the formats that are happening in this document. They're just there right now when designing this. So this is why when we click on this, these are hidden. When I click on this, they come back. Particularly, this symbol here means that this is a paragraph. So everywhere you see this symbol here, it's a paragraph. This is a paragraph, this is a paragraph, and this is a paragraph. Let's say I'm here at the end of this line here. I press return on the keyboard. It's going to enter that little symbol. This shows me that this is a new paragraph. And so when you press return, it's going to show you that this is a paragraph and this is a paragraph. When we delete this, let's remove these ones here. Most people, they use Microsoft Word with this turned off because maybe they just don't care, and it's fine. There's no problem with that. This is going to help you in an advanced formatting situation. It's just actually very helpful to see what's happening in your document when it comes to, the formatting. Now that we've talked about this, let's talk about how we can use this in our document. So this is a bulleted list here, but let's say we want to have a page for these three items only. What you would do is bring the cursor to the top there and press enter, return on the keyboard just like that. Then you have this page here for this, and then you bring the cursor here and push this down like that on a particular to have this section have its own page as well. This is okay, but look at this. So here we pushed all this text down to the bottom to second page. We have this second page here, but also we pushed this text to page 3, right? And you're able to see all the paragraphs that were entered for us to do this. Now look what happens here when I try, for example, to put another paragraph here. I'm going to put something like this, or have text there. It's going to push this as well down here. It's not going, everything that we do on top there is going to affect the formatting of this page and also the other page as well. Everything is going to be affected. Now, what if we don't want our documents to behave like this? So what we can do here is let's delete all these paragraphs that we inserted there. Let's just delete these and everything that we did previously here. We just want to remain with what we had. So delete everything like so, and you bring this back on top here. Like so. Now we've come to the end of this line here and press enter, or just there. Then you come to layout. When you come there, then you come here on this group. On the layout tab, you have the page setup group. On the page setup group, we want to click on these breaks. On these breaks, we want to have the page break. So you click on that. So everything that was here is now pushed to page 2. So when you scroll down here, we'll have this here. And you can also do the same for this section here. What you can do, just bring the cursor to the end of this line here and click on page break there. Then it's going to be on its own. Now we have the page for these 3 items, and the page for this first section, and the page for the last section here. Whatever I enter here before the page break, it's not going to affect whatever I have down here. I can enter whatever I have there. It's not going to touch the formatting for this page. It's also the same for this. whatever we have here is not going to affect whatever we have down there. Everything is just going to be okay the way we want it to be, as you can see here. And this is very important. What the page break does is that it pushes the rest of the text from the bottom here to the next page. So I hope you see the advantage of using page break, unlike using the paragraph line to push the rest of the text down the page. Some people prefer using section breaks instead. So the section break is also found under the layout here. Just click on the layout tab, then page setup, we have the breaks. We have all these different types of breaks that you can work with. These are page breaks. Now, here you familiarize yourself with this. Play around with these and you get familiar with these. So the section break is this one. You just click on this. So what this does is going to make this page a section. So what we can do here is we can highlight whatever we have here, and we can also change the margins, and we can do different things with this. It's not going to affect any other section in this document. Whatever effects or changes or formattings that we make here are not going to be affecting the design of these other pages, because this is a section and now these other sections are not going to be touched. So whatever we put here is not going to be affecting other pages. So when we come here, let's say we want to change the margins, the layout here, we come on the margins, let's make maybe something like this. We push everything in. You see this, everything is pushed in, but when we come on top here, everything is just fine. And when we also scroll down here, everything is just fine. You use the section for designing a particular page so that it looks different to other pages in the document. And whatever you do here, it's not going to be applied to these other pages in your document. Page break and the section break, they work very similar, but the section break has its advantages because it gives you the ability to separate a page and do different stylings or formattings to it. So for example, this section to this section, you can also maybe change the orientation of this page because it's a section. So you can say maybe this page should be in landscape. It gives you extra capabilities and features. That's what the section break does. Now that we've talked about that, let me also show you another interesting thing here. So let's delete these and just duplicate these and paste these as many times as I want, just like that, just like so. Let's say we want these two sections to remain where they are, but these two to come here. What can we do? So what we can do here is we can highlight this list like so. On the layout here, we have these columns. When you click on these, then you can select, for example, 2 columns, then it's going to split these. And it's going to do something like this. If this is what you want, then you are good to go. You can zoom in and see what's happening here. So this was just a single list, but now it's split. You can also see here we have even other options. You can say 3. It's going to split into 3 sections here, 3 columns. And just like that, you can also maybe say left, and you have this part here smaller than this. So here you have all these different types of formattings. You can say right. The right side is going to be smaller than the left. If that's what you want, you go with this. Well, this arrangement here can be edited. So how you can edit this is you just highlight everything in this section like so. When you highlight these, then when you come here, you click on this, then you can say more columns. When you click on more columns here, you have this dialog box. On this dialog box, you'll have the similar options that we had there. So here, for example, we can change the width from whatever it is right now to maybe say 4. You can also decide to put a line between these. It's going to look like that. Let's put a 5 here. 5. And we have a line and everything looks good, just like that. So in addition to breaks and columns here, we also have line numbers. To show you this, I'll go back to the first page here. So for example, we are here, but when we say continuous, so here we don't have the line numbering, but when we say continuous, it's not going to count the number of paragraphs you have, but it's going to number the lines that you have in your document. This is not what I want, so I'm going to undo this. We also have the size here, page size. The page size, it gives you different options to choose from. We have the letter. By default, mine is in A4. But we also have B5, B4, A3, A5, executive, statement, legal, 11 by 17, and the letter. So here the way it is, I'll just leave it the way it is, but you have all these other options here to choose from. So for example, if you wanted to change this document to legal, and now it's like that, you can change the size to letter, for example, and everything changes just like that. If we change this to 11 by 17, we have this. We have all these different sizes here to work with in Microsoft Word. But also we have the orientation. We have two types of orientation. We have the portrait, we have the landscape. By default, your document is going to be on the portrait mode. So if you want to change the orientation of your document, you just choose one of these here to maybe landscape, for example. And now the page is landscaped. As you can see here, it's no longer in the portrait mode. Then we have the margins. Here you can choose the margins. The margins are these white areas around this content. So if I want to reduce the size of this here, you can come here and reduce the one that is going to push everything. This removes the size. Here this is going to push this, but you can also manually do something like that. If you want something like this, you have white. Then if you want to manually remove or add margins, you can come on custom margins and you can do it from here. So on the top, how many inches do you want to have? On the left, how many inches do you want to have? If we say something like maybe 2 here and maybe 3 here, bottom 2 as well, and here 3, just like that. Then we'll click on OK. It's going to push these even more on the middle like that, and now it's creating 3 pages. You don't want this, so I'm going to undo everything here and just bring this back to the way it was. Whatever formatting options you apply from these options here, they're going to be applied to the entire document unless you are using sections like I did here. If you select a section, this is the only section that's going to be applied and not these other pages. So that's what I wanted to show you in this video. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things that are going to stick with you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Leave a like on this video, and I'll see you in the next video.